Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English in Advance. I'm Jennifer, and today we're going to talk about something very important for almost everyone learning English. How can I talk in English without thinking so much? It's a common feeling, isn't it? You know the words, you know the grammar rules, but when you want to speak, everything feels stuck. You feel a bit unsure, maybe a little worried. Well, today we're going to understand why this happens and, more importantly, learn simple ways to speak freely and let your English flow naturally. Think about this everyday moment. Imagine you're at a coffee shop and you want to order. The person at the counter smiles and asks, "What can I get for you?" You want to say, "I'd like a small coffee, please." But in that very second, your brain starts working too hard. You might think, is "I'd like" better than "I want"? Should I add "please" at the end? What if my accent is strange? What if they don't understand me? All these thoughts rush through your mind, and the words just get stuck. Maybe you say nothing, or just point, and later, you feel a little bad. This is a very normal problem. You know the words, you understand the question, but your mind is just too busy, thinking about too many things at once. Speaking English, you see, is not just about knowing a lot of words or all the grammar rules. It's also about feeling free to speak. When you think too much, you get stuck. Your mind slows down, you feel stressed, and then the words don't come out easily. This is what we call overthinking. Overthinking simply means you think too much, you worry too much, and that sadly stops you from speaking naturally. Let's look at another example. You're in an English class and your teacher asks, "What did you do last Saturday?" You know the answer. You went to visit your grandmother. You want to say, "Last Saturday, I visited my grandmother." But your mind begins to worry. Is it visit or visited? Do I need to before visit? Is last Saturday at the beginning or end of the sentence? While you're busy with these questions in your head, another student quickly answers, "You missed your chance." Later, you feel sad and tell yourself, "I knew the answer. Why didn't I speak?" This is the strong power of overthinking. It stops you before you even try. But here's the really good news. You can absolutely change this. You can learn to speak English more easily with much less fear and stress. Here's something truly important to remember, something I tell all my students. Even people who speak English from birth make mistakes. Yes, that's right. People from the US, the UK, Australia, and other places also say things that are not perfect sometimes. They forget words. They use small sounds like and when they are thinking. They correct themselves in the middle of a sentence. This is completely normal talking. Have you ever heard someone say, "Yesterday I was going to the store, but then I um, forgot my wallet"? This is a very normal way of talking. It's not perfect, but it's natural. No one stops to check grammar when they're just chatting with friends. When you try too hard to speak perfectly, your English can actually sound slow, cold, or even like a robot. Think about saying, "Yesterday. First went to the store. I bought apples." While that's correct grammar, it sounds like a robot, not a real person talking. Now listen to this. "Yeah, I went to the store yesterday and just picked up some apples." This is natural. It flows easily. The person speaking isn't stopping after every word. They're speaking with a natural rhythm and confidence. So, what's the simple secret to this? The secret is to let go of your fear. Let go of wanting to be perfect and simply trust yourself. You might be asking, But Jennifer, how can I really stop thinking too much? That's a great question. First, you need to understand why you overthink. You overthink because you truly want to do it right. You care about your English, and that's a wonderful thing. It shows you are a serious learner. But sometimes, caring too much can become a small problem. When you are very afraid of making mistakes, you end up stopping yourself from speaking at all. Think about how a small child learns to speak their first language. A child doesn't study grammar books. A child doesn't stop to think, should I use past tense here? No, a child just talks. Sometimes they say funny things like, I go to the zoo, but adults don't laugh at them. Instead, they smile and gently help the child. And what happens? The child learns. They get better every single day. Why? Because they are not afraid to try and they are not afraid to make mistakes. Adults can learn this way too. You are truly never too old to try something new. Many people have the idea, I will speak when I am fluent. But this is actually the wrong way to think. You don't become fluent first and then start speaking. No, you become fluent by speaking. Speaking is the path to getting better, even if it's not perfect at the beginning. So, when we say talk English without thinking, we certainly don't mean speak without caring about what you say. What we mean is don't stop every 2 seconds to check your grammar. Don't try to change every single word in your head from your language. And most importantly, don't be afraid of small mistakes. Just speak. Just try. Let the words come out. Let's do one more small example together. You're talking with a new friend, and your friend asks, what do you like to do on weekends? Instead of thinking, is it, I like play football, or I like to play football? Should I say in weekends or on weekends? Zrania, just say something like, I like play football, and I go to park with my dog. Is it perfectly correct? Maybe not in every tiny part. Is it clear? Yes. Does your friend understand you? Absolutely. And that, my friends, is the main goal. To be understood, not to be perfect. You can always fix the grammar later, but first, you must speak. You must practice. Speaking is very much like playing a sport. You can read about football all day long, but to truly play, you must get on the field. English is exactly the same. You must open your mouth and speak. 3 things that stop your English flow and how to fix them. There are 3 common flow breakers that often stop our English river. Let's look at each one in detail and then discover how to gently move your words around them, turning problems into chances to learn. The first big flow breaker is the inner translator. This is that quiet habit where your brain first thinks of an idea in your own language and then slowly tries to change it word by word into English. Ooh, it's like trying to find your way in a busy new city using an old wrong map. You will get lost and go very slowly. Let me tell you a story about my friend Liam who was learning French. He wanted to casually say, I am hot in French, meaning the weather was hot. In his head, he thought, I am hot. But the direct word for word translation he used, je suis chaud, actually means something very different in French, something more personal and awkward. The correct way to say I am hot, weather, is j'ai chaud, meaning I have hot. Luckily, his French friend, with a kind smile, gently told him the right way, and they both shared a good laugh about it. The key lesson here is changing word for word can be slow, strange, and sometimes even lead to funny or embarrassing moments. To stop this inner translator, you must actively train yourself to think directly in English for small, simple things. Make it a clear practice throughout your day. When you look at a blue sky above, just think blue sky. When you eat an apple, think apple. Try to say what you are doing in English as you do it. I am walking to the kitchen. I am drinking water now. At first, this might feel a little strange, like talking to yourself, but it's a very powerful exercise. It teaches your brain to connect ideas directly to English words, completely skipping that extra step through your own language. Imagine your brain building a new fast highway that goes straight to English City, not the old slow winding road of changing words. This direct path is where speaking easily truly begins. The second big flow breaker is the grammar guru. This is the voice in your mind that says every single sentence must be perfectly correct, completely polished, and perfectly built before you even dare to open your mouth. It's like needing to check and fix every single small part of a bicycle before you ever allow yourself to ride it. The sad truth is, you'll probably never leave the garage. My bright student, Anya from Russia, loved grammar rules. She wanted everything to be perfect. But when her friend from America asked, "What did you do last weekend?" Zranya Anya Zamerla. She knew she needed to use the past tense, but then her mind got busy with questions. Should she use did or was? Should she use a long, perfect sentence? Her mind went completely blank. The strong wish for perfect grammar stopped her from saying anything at all. To make this grammar guru quieter, you must understand a very important truth. Getting your message across is always more important than being perfect. Your main goal in any talk is for people to understand you, to get your message clearly. A great way to do this is by using sentence starters to give yourself a quick, ready-made way to begin. Instead of trying to build every sentence from nothing, word by word, just grab a simple start like, "I think that," or "last weekend I," or "next I will." Then you just fill in the simple details that tell your meaning. For example, if someone asks about your weekend, you can simply say, "Last weekend I went to the market and bought some fruit." This is a simple way to speak that lets your thoughts flow without getting stuck in hard grammar choices. Think of grammar like a little bit of flavor on your food. A little makes it taste good, but if you put too much, you'll spoil the whole dish. Use enough grammar to be clear, but never let it stop your words from flowing naturally. The third and often most scary flow breaker is the fearful audience. This is when you worry that other people will judge your accent, laugh at your mistakes, or think you are not smart because of your errors. This secret fear can make your voice small, make you avoid looking at people, and sometimes even make you avoid speaking English at all, even when you have a good chance. I remember meeting a student named David from Spain. He could speak English well, but he was very afraid to talk to people who spoke English perfectly. He would avoid social gatherings where English was the main language because he imagined everyone listening carefully to his every word, judging him. But in truth, most people are just interested in what you are saying, in the talk itself, not looking for your grammar mistakes or your accent. They are usually very happy that you are trying to speak. To bravely fight this fear, you must always remember that most people are on your side. They truly respect your effort and admire your courage for speaking in a language that is not your first. A good way to start is with small, brave talks. This could be something very simple, like ordering your coffee in English, asking for directions on the street, or just saying a friendly hello to a new person you meet. Every single small step you take, every time you push past that fear, builds a lot of confidence inside you. Imagine a small, shy bird learning to sing. It sings a small song, then a little louder, and very soon it's singing strongly and freely for everyone to hear. Your English voice is just the same. Start small. Also, try this helpful trick. After you talk, instead of thinking about any mistakes, consciously focus on what went well. Did you make yourself understood? Did you ask a question that helped the conversation? Did you connect with someone? Celebrate these real small victories. Simple ways to keep your English flowing easily. Now that we know what stops us, let's learn some easy and practical ways to keep your English moving well every day. First, use the in my head talk. This is a very powerful yet simple daily tool. As you go about your regular day, simply say what you are doing, what you are seeing, or what you are thinking quietly in English right there in your head. For example, when you wake up, think, I am awake now. The sun is shining. I need to get out of bed. Or when you're cooking, I am cutting the vegetables. The water is boiling. It smells good. This exercise isn't about deep thoughts or writing perfect sentences. Its main goal is to teach your brain to use English words for everyday things and ideas, completely skipping that extra step through your own language. Make it a regular part of your day. Practice this when you brush your teeth, when you wash dishes, or even when you're waiting quietly in line at the shop. It costs nothing, needs no special things, and most importantly, it builds a very strong base for speaking English without thinking. Second, dedicate time to practicing shadowing. Find a short English video, maybe from this very channel, or a clear audio talk, like a news report, that's just 1 minute long to start. Play a single sentence, then stop the sound. Try to repeat that sentence exactly as you heard it. Try to match the speed, the up and down sound, intonation, and even the feeling of the original speaker. It's truly like being a linguistic shadow of the speaker. This exercise might feel a little funny or strange at first, but it powerfully trains your mouth muscles, your tongue, and your vocal cords. It also helps you learn the natural flow, the music, and the rhythm of English, not just separate words. Try to do this for just 5 sentences every single day, and you will notice a great improvement in how you say words and how smoothly you speak. Third, give 1 minute to freestyle talk. This is a liberating exercise. Set a timer on your phone for exactly 60 seconds. Pick any simple topic that comes to mind. It could be your breakfast, your pet, a funny dream you had last night, or just a detailed description of what you currently see around you. Then just talk without stopping for that whole minute. The most important rule here is don't stop for mistakes and don't try to be perfect. If you forget a word, simply use a simpler one, or quickly describe what you mean instead. The sole goal is to keep your words flowing no matter what. This exercise brilliantly trains your brain for true fluency and builds strong confidence, teaching it to consistently move forward even when you hit a small word block. As an added bonus, you can even record yourself speaking and then listen back later. You might be genuinely surprised by how much you manage to say and how much your confidence grows over time. Fourth, get truly comfortable with using bridge words. These are those small, useful words or short phrases that people who speak English naturally use to fill tiny pauses while they are thinking, searching for the next idea or word. Think of common ones like you know, well, let me see, or what I mean is. These aren't just empty sounds, they are your invaluable little bridges that keep the conversation alive and flowing smoothly, stopping those awkward silences. If someone asks you a question and you need just a second or two to formulate your thoughts instead of a sudden silence, you can naturally say, "Well, let me think about that for a second." It sounds perfectly natural and effortlessly buys you that precious thinking time to find your answer. Fifth, vigorously practice the skill of describing what you don't know. This is a critical problem solving skill for any language learner. If you find yourself talking and you suddenly can't remember a specific word, absolutely do not stop speaking. Instead, describe it. For example, if the word stapler escapes your mind, you could confidently say, "It's a small machine that joins papers together with metal pieces." Or if you forget umbrella, you can say, "It's a thing you hold over your head to stop the rain when it's raining." People listening will understand you, and often they will even kindly provide you with the exact word you were looking for. This is a great skill for real conversations because it keeps the flow going, shows you are clever, and turns a possible problem into a friendly interaction. Your daily practice. Making fluent English a seamless habit. Now that we have learned these powerful and simple ways to improve, let's put them all together into a very effective daily practice routine that can fit into even the busiest days. In the morning, for just 2 minutes while you're getting ready, perhaps brushing your teeth or making tea, quietly practice your in my head talk. The water is running. I am putting on my shoes. It's a nice day outside. On your bus ride or walk to work school for 5 minutes, put on an English podcast or a short video and practice shadowing for a few sentences, trying to copy the way they speak. During your lunch break for 1 minute, do your freestyle talk about your food, your plans for the afternoon, or anything that comes to mind. If you feel good about it, you can even record it on your phone. In the evening for 30 seconds while you're making dinner or cleaning up, consciously practice using those bridge words. Well, I think logically, let me see. Logically, what I mean is to fill natural pauses. And finally, before bed, take 2 minutes to listen back to your lunchtime recording. Don't be hard on yourself. Just notice one good thing you did, like "I spoke for the whole minute," or "my voice sounded clear." And then, gently, note one word or phrase you'd like to try differently next time. For example, I said "goed" next time went. After this short check, just smile and relax for a good night's sleep. That's a total daily practice time of significantly less than 15 minutes, yet its consistent use builds incredible, steady progress for your fluency. Remember, dear English learners, learning English is a beautiful, continuous journey, like a long, interesting walk, not a fast race to a finish line. Embrace the powerful way of thinking that getting better is more important than being perfect. Understand deeply that using your English now is the best and fastest way to truly improve. And most importantly, develop the freeing idea to see your mistakes as helpful messages. Think of them as little friendly notes from your brain, gently guiding you on what to learn and get better at next. Use the in my head talk, shadowing, freestyle talk, bridge words, and the very useful skill of describing what you don't know as your easy and trusty tools. On those days when you are very busy or feeling tired, just commit to doing one tiny small thing. On good days, you might feel inspired to do more. Either way, the most important thing is to consistently keep your English river flowing. You have the power inside you to speak English naturally, confidently, and with joy. It's not about reaching some impossible, flawless perfection. It's profoundly about being understood, connecting truly with other people, and allowing your own unique voice to shine through. So, right now, pick a simple topic, set your timer for a minute, and just let your words flow from within you like a continuous stream. Remember, even small rivers with steady flow can create big, beautiful valleys and mountains over long periods. Your own English river has already started its amazing journey. Keep it moving, try to keep it clear, and enjoy every little splash and ripple along the way. Your journey is an active, exciting, and wonderfully rewarding adventure. Speak today, speak tomorrow, and very soon, you will find yourself speaking without thinking, just sharing your ideas, laughing with others, and truly connecting. You can absolutely, definitely do this.